Batman issue number 8. This issue, I will say this. If you're expecting a bit of more information about who is trying to kill, not Batman, who's trying to kill Bruce, you're going to, this issue, that information is on pause. This issue is on pause on that information. What this issue does is give you more information on the bigger picture, and that is Vandal Savage. What the hell is Vandal Savage's plan? Why is he so up Batman's ass at all of the Justice League members? Like, your head's thinking, like, why would you want to mess with Clark? Would you want to mess with Diana? Would you want to, like, why are you up the witch guy, like the guy with the powers? Why are you Vance? And Bruce wants to know that. Batman wants to know that reason. He hasn't figured it out. There's like the last piece of the puzzle. So he contacts Alan Stott, who is the first Green Lantern, and they have a coffee at a bar. No, a coffee at a diner. Which Alan Stott naturally is like, I thought we would, because you're a witch, I thought we would go to like a fancy, like a restaurant and have a coffee there. Why like a diner? And because, Bruce isn't dressing up as Bruce Wayne, he is dressed up as Batman. He's in full costume. And Batman says, look at these people. He's pointing to the workers at the diner. These type of people believe they are forgotten and ignored, and I want to show them that they are not forgotten and ignored. And I'm like, and this is why Batman's the GOAT. That line itself, I was like, this is why Batman is the GOAT of all characters. Out of all the superheroes, this is why he's number one. And all that. And also the line of, because another question that Alan Starks asked is like, you're Batman. Like, you're Mr. Super Paranoid and 25, 50%, 50 steps ahead of everyone, and intensely Mr., intensely plans for the Justice League in case they ever go rogue, and that, and you're arrogant, and you're this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And so you got the whole Batgirl thing and prep time, and you got all these things, right? So Alan is like naturally asking this question, like, why, like you're the world's greatest detective, why can't you figure out why Vandal Savage wants to be, is a trouble with you right now? And the reason is simply this: Batman doesn't know. He knows that Alan Stott is smarter than him. Alan Stott, the first Green Lantern, is smarter than the world's greatest detective. And we're showing Bruce's vulnerability. We are showing, like, in this issue by itself, it's letting go of the mask. It's letting go, like, it's like the few times ever that Bruce is like, like the whole I'm Batman kind of attitude. He's kind of just like, look, I'm giving up. I don't know what Vandal Savage wants for me. I don't know why he's up my ass, and why he wants to take down my Bat family, all that kind of stuff. And by doing, and they just try to figure it out, and it's a great aggression. It is kind of showing, also kind of shows Bruce being human. Like, as much as he's part of the Justice League, as much as we put Batgirl and prep time onto him, and we put him the most badass character ever, we forget that this character is human. So him having all these human traits, and him having these vulnerabilities, and him doubting himself for a few times, for maybe the first few times of his life. And probably also, the difference is he doesn't have Alfred near him to kind of give him, prep time. sometimes Batman needs prep time for the prep time. Have a good prep talk. He doesn't have Alfred near him. Also, Tim's gone, so he has lost a weapon. One's retired, so he has that. But this whole issue is about that, showing Bruce's humanity and the plan that Vandal Savage has. And we jump to Alan Starr and Batman, and we jump to Vandal Savage, who is talking to the mayor, and the mayor being Poison Ivy, Pamela Isley, who is on the good road. She's a good guy, and she's questioning Vandal Savage to be like, why? like that's like for the last X amount of years, like there's a fact of Gotham's been this certain way. Why do you want to take down? Why do you want to take down Batman? Everyone's asking this question. Batman's trying to figure that out. Pamela is just swaying on asking Vandal Savage that question itself. And I won't hit spoilers. I won't give you the true answer of that reason. But the reason he's doing it all comes down to this guy is immortal. This guy has been around since the caveman times. He has seen empires fall and empire rises. He's seen, he has done horrible things that you can never imagine. He's probably experienced death 6 billion times. He has his heart broken. He's been in love. He's experienced all these things that we all have experienced 6 billion times, 4 billion times. Like, he has lived a zillions of years of life in here. So his experience is folding in his reasoning. And all I would say is there's a shot where he talks about the previous commissioner, which is of course, Gordon. And I think there's also Victoria on the files as well, and calls them hypocrites. That Gotham's safer with vigilantes and the Bat family around, and it's not truth. It's not the case. And how he's doing it is making Gotham safer. It is making people feel safer, and the streets, crime is low and all that. The police department. There was a line that he says, having vigilantes around, having the Bat family around, made the GCPD being told you are not good enough. And for once, we're taking that power back. And I also, I will say this, when it comes to the art in this issue, there is last month, there was that big Joker page thing that showed the massive history between Batman and Joker. There's also something like this, not as the same level, where we see on the left side the history of Vandal Savage. Him in the caveman, him in medieval times, him part of the Civil War, him being in France, all this kind of stuff, him being a member of the Justice League, that whole thing. Then on your right is Pamela Isley being Poison Ivy and her history. The only person who's not there is Harley. There's no oh yeah, by the way, your girlfriend, but it's showing their villain side. And you're seeing her in the more classic green leotard. You see the version where the dress is all made out of leaves and vines. I always call it the nudist, where sometimes they make Poison Ivy a nudist because it's all plant thing, and they just make vines the dress. And that, I think there's a shot of the New 52 where it was that. And also the one was a demon thing. Hold on a second. Did she meant to die? Yeah, she was meant to die. And then they brought her back. Yeah. So, nobody dies in comics. But that one big splash page are showing Vandal Savage's history and Poison Ivy's history as evil villains, I thought was pretty well done. But also, is the whole good guy Ivy thing. I mean, think about it. It kind of makes sense to make Poison Ivy a good guy now, or at least an anti-hero, because back when she was created, the whole plant thing sounded stupid. Like, oh, she cares more about plants and then more than people. Now it's like, shit, she ain't wrong. Like, it falls in the category of her saying, it's like, wow, we maybe should take care of the environment. So it kind of gives her a sense of, you know, Ivy was right, and that. So it makes sense why, like, Gotham would elect someone as mayor, who has a history of blood, and also Gotham's Gotham, but, take that as you will, but also President Lex was a thing, so it makes more sense then. But, yeah, I mean, this issue is really well put together, really heavily hung on character, and kind of does feel like we're just hitting the final bits and pieces into the story before we get to the big finale of what I assume will be like issue 13. Like, I think originally I heard Mac Fraction had originally 12 issues. And then see how it goes, see people like it, and that whole thing. And so we're hitting at that point. Like, look, there'll be issues 13, 14, 15. Like, it's doing good. It's doing well. People are liking his one. So I really, we're hitting that point where we're hitting that 12 issue. We got what, 9, 10, and 11, 12. So we got 4 issues left. Next one has Bob Gordon in it. It has Batgirl in it, but looks at the cover, so it'll be interesting how we handle that, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, enough of me babbling, and it right now being nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, because I also reviewed the first issue of the new Daredevil comic series. So anyway, comment below, let me know your thoughts of this issue.